Today we're gonna make an easy peach loaf cake. It is a super simple cake that's made in one bowl with a whisk. There's cinnamon and brown sugar and peaches in every single bite. It is super soft and tender and moist. It is perfect for an afternoon snack or dessert. It's absolutely phenomenal. If you're enjoying this video, please hit the subscribe button below and click the bell icon to be notified every time I post a new and delicious recipe. Let's get into it. So, pretty simple, but there's like a few things that we need to do before we start. So I've got AP flour here. We're just gonna mix together our dry ingredients. This is kosher salt, cinnamon, and baking soda. Whisk those together. Just kind of distribute that baking soda and the salt. Okay, set that aside. Done. All right, so you could absolutely use the peaches as is. So these are fresh peaches that I peeled and took the pit out and then diced. You can watch my video on 3 ways to peel peaches up there and choose the best method for you. But I would like to distribute the peach flavor throughout the whole batter and not just have big pieces of peaches. So I'm going to use an immersion blender to do that. And I'm gonna keep some big pieces and some smaller pieces. But you just you don't wanna puree it. I mean, you can 100% puree it. But I still want a few chunks in there. Okay. We are going to spray and flour our pan. There's a lot of sugar in this recipe, you could spray and sugar your pan. You could also butter. Just kind of a little flour in there, and then we're gonna tap it around. All right, you just wanna make sure you get all the sides. Voila. And we're ready. And your favorite whisk. And we are gonna start with our eggs. And give those a nice little whisk all on their own. Give them a head start before we hit them with sugar. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and this is dark brown sugar. You could use light brown sugar, or you can use all granulated sugar. 100% up to you. Go ahead and give that a whisk. Okay, beautiful. And now we're gonna slowly drizzle in our oil. Let me get something to keep my bowl from sliding. And we're just gonna go ahead and just slowly drizzle that in, a little at a time. The point is that we want to emulsify it, almost like you're making a mayonnaise or a salad dressing or something else like that. So you wanna go ahead and just kind of slowly incorporate it. This is easier if your towel doesn't move. All right. Now we are gonna whisk in our peaches. Get everything out. Yum. Grab a spatula, and then we are going to fold in our dry ingredients. Just a little bit at a time. You don't want to overwhelm the batter. You could, of course, continue to use your whisk here. You just want to switch to a spatula at the very end so that you don't overmix it, and you get, all the lumps out. We have already prepared our pan, and so we are pretty much just ready to plop this in there. Prepared pan. Rolling the dice with this pan, but here we are. Nah, we're good. All right, go ahead and pour all of this in. All of those peaches, all that batter. Look at this. Yum. Oh, delightful. Okay, now we are gonna bake it as is because I'm gonna glaze it. But you could also top this with my brown sugar streusel, like I do my other muffins and some of the banana bread. It'd be delightful either way, and no one is saying that you cannot glaze it if you streusel it. I'm not saying that. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in my preheated oven, 350 degrees, convection, still 350 if you're baking it regular, and it's probably gonna bake close to an hour. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it though, because you don't want it to do anything funky. And we're just gonna wait until a cake tester comes out clean, or a bamboo skewer, and then she's done. The time is now. Our loaf is pretty much cool. Is it ideal to glaze a loaf when it is cool? Not cool? No. But like, do we always do what's ideal around here? Clearly not. So we are going to first turn out our loaf onto a circular rack, which is kind of driving me nuts even right now, but it's okay. I'm okay. Everything's fine. We're just going to go ahead and just kind of run our knife around the edges and just kind of make sure that it's freed. Here we are. And then I'm going to turn this out. You can do this after about 15 minutes of the cooling, so that way it'll cool faster and it won't steam in its own pan. We're going to make a real simple glaze. So I'm going to do an almond one. You could 100% use lemon juice instead of milk and make a lemon one, which would also be delightful. You could use peach puree. You could make a peach one. I mean, the world is your oyster in terms of glazes. You just do 10x and your flavoring, which if it is a liquid, you done. You could also use booze. Okay, we are going to start. So I've got a cup and a half of 10x in here, and I'm just going to start with a bit, right? Like you don't want to be overzealous, because while you can make it thicker by adding more confectioner sugar, maybe you don't necessarily want to waste your confectioner sugar in such a way. So we're going to go ahead and just keep doing that. I'm going to go ahead and add my almond extract at this moment. I'm going to start with about 1/4 teaspoon, even though I just want to add all of it because I don't know how intense it's going to be. I do want it to be a bit thicker because I'd like it to be a nice, beautiful white on top. So, to which I might add dried peaches. I don't know. I feel like it might be really pretty. So that's kind of where my head's going. Okay, look, she's beautiful. It was about, honestly, it was about 3 tablespoons and ½ a teaspoon of almond extract. That's my personal preference. You could do whatever you want. I am going to just pour willy-nilly, question mark. Honestly, if you wanted to just spread it completely, you could, but I think this is gonna do the trick. But you see, if it's thick, then you're going to get that nice, like, white kind of glaze. The only way to get it to be perfectly white is to add white food dye, which you can 100% do. I suggest just using gel. This is going to make, it's going to be kind of sweet with the glaze. So if you wanted to not have the adornment, you could 100% just make this thinner, and it would just kind of do a clear glaze over the top, and that would be honestly probably more tasty. I don't know though. Oh, because look at this. Isn't she pretty? All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put some dried peaches on here. If you don't have these, like literally I just thought of this at this very moment. And so there's absolutely, this is not required. I don't know, I'm just having a moment and I'm thinking, someone, probably me, would call this a mosaic. The beautiful thing about this glaze is that it's actually thick enough to hold all of this nonsense that I'm putting on top. So that's awesome. It's time to try. That was a lot. But it is time to try. And The glaze is pretty much set, like to the point where it's not gonna run anymore. I have unfortunately made it very difficult to slice by my top adornments, but we're gonna do our best, because that's all you can ask, right? You could pick them off before you slice it, but then it's like, but why did I put them on there if I'm gonna, anyway. You don't need to know my thought process. Look at that! Do you see how beautiful this is? The interior crumb is just so soft and tender, and you can see that there's peaches throughout. You can see a little bit of glaze, and like, we are loving it. So excited. All right. Oh, I see a nice big peach right there. It is soft and tender and just melts in your mouth, and you get like bursts of peaches, like a little sweetness, extra sweetness from that glaze and the almond, because almond and peaches are such good friends. Such good friends. Oh, and that little bit of like the warming of the cinnamon and the brown sugar, it just brings everything together. This is an amazing like tea cake. Honestly, you could use this for breakfast. I do. Serve it with like a little bit of whipped cream and you've got yourself a beautiful, easy, simple dessert. You can actually slice this and then place it in the freezer, or you can just freeze the whole thing. It freezes beautifully. It's a perfect make ahead.